Hello everyone, I am Said and welcome to AndrabCodes. In the previous lecture, we have learned about the Python, history of Python and some of its features. Today, this will be the second lecture. Today, we will install everything required to start the Python programming. By the end of this lecture, you will have Python installed, a code editor ready, and you will write your first Python program. Now, in order to run any Python program, you first need to download the Python itself. Let's go to the browser to see the actual process. Here in the URL, I will write the python.org. That is the official website of the Python itself. From then, you will go to the downloads and install the standalone installer version. The version could be different depending upon the date you are trying to download it. Then after the download completes, you have to install it. You will come across this page. There's an important setting here. Make sure to add python.exe to path. If you don't check this mark, then the system won't be able to understand where the Python is actually installed. So this is a very important setting here that you have to check this option, that is add python.exe to path. After that, you will press the install now and your Python will get installed on your specific system. After that, to verify whether the Python is installed in your system correctly or not, you have to go to your command prompt. So we will press a specific command, that is Windows plus R. After that, you will type a command here, that is cmd, to open the command prompt. There you have to type a specific command, that is python space dash dash and version. Then you have to press enter, and there it will display you the Python version that you have installed recently. If the version is not displaying there, then there is some issue during the installation process. Then you have to install it again. Maybe you have forgot to add it to the path which we earlier discussed. After that, there's an important concept that after downloading Python, we need a code editor, also called as integrated development environment. So integrated development environment provides all the tools required to create your first program. It provides code editor, built-in terminal, auto correction, and many other features that are required for your programming process. Some popular examples are PyCharm, Visual Studio Code, Spider, Notepad++, etc. My personal favorite, and along this whole course I will be using Notepad++, as it's lightweight, fast, and is really good for the beginners. So you have to download the Notepad++. If you already have some other editors like VS Code or PyCharm or Spider, then you don't need to download the Notepad++. You will just run the code from any of the other code editors as well. Then you will go to the browser and search there Notepad++. There, and you have to press the download option, and the Notepad++ editor will be downloaded to your system. After that, let's create our project folder in which we will be keeping all our Python programs. For that, you have to go to any specific location in your system. There you will create a new folder with any name. I am creating a new folder here with the name Python codes. After that, I am opening my Notepad++ editor. There I will select the file option and select open folder as workspace. Then we have to go to that folder that we created earlier, that is Python codes. After that, the interface will become like this. After that, a new file will be appeared here with the name new1. So this will be your first Python file in which you are going to write your first Python program. Today we are also going to understand a really important function for the Python programming, that is print function. Print function is used to display the output on the screen. Just like every system has an input, a processing system, and an output. So this print function is specifically used to display the output that is visible to the user. So the syntax is really simple. For the print command, you have to type the print keyword. After that, you have to start the brackets. Now there are two ways actually to print the output on the screen. One way is to print the output in inverted commas, and the another way is to print the output without the inverted commas. Now the difference between these two is actually very important, that if you use the inverted commas, now the Python will treat this as a string and will print the value as it is. We haven't reached the concept of strings yet, so for the beginners you will just understand that the Python won't make any changes in this hello world. It will print the value of hello world on the screen as it is. While on the other hand, print function won't actually print the exact value of 5 plus 2, but prints the calculated value of the input given. Say for example, there we have two examples here, print hello Python, and its output will be hello Python. While in this example of print 5 plus 2, Python will calculate those two values and will print the calculated output, that is 10. This will be more clear when we move on to the actual programming session. For beginners, you will just understand that with inverted commas, it will print the value as it is, while as without inverted commas, it will print the calculated value. So here I am writing my first program. I will write print, and in between the brackets I am using the inverted commas, and I will write hello Python. Now I will save the file. We will save the file exactly at the same folder we just created, that is Python course. So go to that folder, that will be Python course. Then we will select a specific name for our Python file. Say for example, we will select the name file. After that, we will save as type what? As Python file. Remember that all the Python files end with a specific type of extension, that is py. Now to run this program, there are two ways. You can either run the program by pressing the run button here, because the Notepad++ we have an inbuilt run option also to run this program and produce the output. But specifically, I prefer to run the Python programs outside of the code editor. There is no logical reason behind it why I am using the external way to run my Python programs. It's just a personal preference. So to run our Python program, we will go to our command prompt by pressing Windows R button. There we will select CMD and then OK. Then we have to go to the exact folder that we have earlier created, which means we have to go to the CD, that Python course folder that was in my videos folder, and in the videos folder I have my folder that is Python course. That's it. After reaching to that folder, we have a specific command to run our Python file. To run our Python file, the command is by typing the keyword Python and the name of the file. What is exactly the name of the file here? The name of the file here is file.py. That's it. After that, we will press enter and see we get the output here, that is hello Python. That's it. Now some more examples would be, say for example, I'm writing print here. In the inverted commas, I'm writing how are you? This is my first Python program. Again, we have to press Ctrl S before running our program. To run our program, we have to first press Ctrl S, then run our file exactly with the same command, that is Python, and the name of the file. Press enter, and here are the two outputs, that is hello Python. How are you? This is my first Python program. So this is how it works with the inverted commas. Now let's do something without inverted commas. Say for example, I want to calculate two values, 5 plus 5. See, I am not using any inverted commas here. Let's see what will be the output be. Control S, and we will again run the program by Python file.py, and then see what happens. Hello Python. Next is how are you? This is my first Python program. And the third one, it actually didn't give us the output of 5 plus 5, but it actually calculated the value and gave us the calculated value. I hope you see the difference between using the inverted commas and not using the inverted commas. Now let's make a simple program for making a simple report card for a student. Let's see what we can do. First, we use the print statement and we'll write the title of our report card, that is my report card. Then we will use another print statement to indicate the headings of our report card, that is subject, theory marks, practical marks, and total marks. The colon is just used as a separator here, you can ignore it. So let's run these two lines first. What will happen? My report card and the subject, theory marks, practical marks, and total. Perfect. Those are the headings of our report card. Next, we will add another print statement. Any subject you want to write here, say for example science. I will write a random theory marks that I got in this subject, say for example 40. Then practical marks, say for example 30. Then I close the inverted commas. Now this is important. I want to print the theory marks and practical marks, that is 40 and 30, as it is without making any changes into them. But the total should be the calculation of those two marks, that is theory marks and practical marks. So for that we will actually do what? We will write the calculated value outside of the inverted commas. How? We will simply use comma. We will do something called as outside the inverted commas. We will write 40 plus 30, and after the inverted commas we will write comma. That's a syntax. If you want to use both the things in the print statement, you have to separate them with a comma. So let's run our program first and see what will happen. See what happened. My report card, the title of the report card as it is, subject, theory marks, practical marks, totals, that is the headings of a report card, printed as it is. Now this science is printed as it is, 40 theory marks printed as it is, practical marks 30 printed as it is. But here this statement 40 plus 30 is not printed as it is. It actually calculated the value of those two and 70 is printed on the screen. That is the calculated value of those two. I hope it makes you understand the difference between those two statements of print. Let's add another subject, say for example coding. Let's add another subject, say for example for the coding subject, theory marks will be 55, practical marks would be 35, and total would be 55 plus 35. I am adding random marks. You can choose your own marks. Then after running the program, see what happens. My report card, heading subject, theory marks, practical marks, total, heading science marks 40 and 30 is printed as it is. Anything that is outside of the inverted commas, its calculated value is printed. I hope this will make you understand. I hope it clears you the concept of using, when to use the commas, when to use this print statement with inverted commas, and when not to use it. So your first program of a report card is completed. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for being with me. In the next chapter, in the next lecture, we will move on to a very important concept of Python programming, that is variables. See you in the next lecture then. Thank you.